In section 12-4 work together, we first need to write a check from our general account to our payroll account. So you could see here in the instructions that the date is 7/15. The payee is First Community Bank. The description is the July 15th payroll, and the amount is the net pay from our payroll register, $1,933.32. So once we've filled out the check stub, now we write a check to the bank to get money into our payroll account. Pay to the order of, that's First Community Bank. And then payroll account. Payroll account number can be found up here in the instructions. The next two lines is where we'll put our address. And this is the address for First Community Bank, found right here on the check. And then in the instructions, it says to sign as manager signature. So that is how we will write a check, filling out the check stub. To write a check for the payroll total amount, the payroll amount is the net pay from our payroll register given to us. Write a check that we can then transfer money from our general account into our payroll account. Our next step, we need to actually write a payroll check for Edward Johnson. So you can see that we have Edward Johnson's June 30th check stub here, and we're writing a check for July 15th. So down here, we have our employee, Edward Johnson. The date is July 15th. And we need to determine the gross pay. So we have calculated this multiple times now, starting in chapter 13 or 12-1, calculating 88 hours times $15, and then 5 hours times $22.50. Our total earnings. Add those two numbers together. Now, year-to-date total earnings. This is something that we haven't done yet, so that's why we need our check stub from the previous paycheck. Our year-to-date, that means YTD, is year-to-date total earnings, $17,218. So that's how much we had made up to the last paycheck. We need to add our current paycheck's total earnings. So $17,218 plus our current total earnings to give us next. We will use the information that we have already calculated, our deductions. You could go back and look at your 12-2 deductions and fill in, or you could again, for the federal income tax, use your tables. Social Security, 6.2% of total earnings. Medicare, 1.45% total earnings. And then our instructions say that we gave $60 for health insurance and $15 for retirement every month. Our total deductions were $245.59. Net pay, that's total current earnings minus deductions. So our net pay, $1,186.91. And now we need to calculate our year-to-date totals. So for federal income tax, year-to-date, $522. Current, $61. So we add those together. So up to this point, we have deducted $583 for federal income tax. Social Security, $88.82 plus our year-to-date amount from our previous check. And so on for the rest of our deductions, adding current plus the year-to-date amount from the previous check stub. Totals, add those year-to-date deductions up. Now our net pay, we will take our net pay from current plus the year-to-date net pay from the check stub up above. Is $15,665.73. Next, we need to actually fill out the check for Edward. So it's July 15th. The other order of Edward P. Johnson for the net pay, $1,186.91. That's how much we actually pay him. And then the instructions say, enter manager's signature on the appropriate line. Finally, we need to put the check number, 261, into our payroll register because we wrote this check, $1,186.91, on check number 261. And you will do the same steps for part 3 that we did for Edward for our other employee, Janice. And that is section 12-4.